I have built the perfect slide in menu. Just go ahead and take a look at this. So if we tap over here, it's just going to slide in like that. It has this nice gloss effect and we can switch between tabs. Let's just see that in action. Let's just go to the settings, back to profile, or we could just have a simple log out. Of course, it's not doing anything right now, but as you know, it can have also functionality, not just going back and forth between the views themselves. So let's just hop onto Xcode and let's build this out. I have set up a few views right over here. Here's the home view, the profile view, the settings view. Go ahead and check out. It's really straightforward. And then the side menu view, what you can see over here. This is the side menu view. We have a few buttons over here. And those buttons have an action index. It's just going to return either 0, 1, 2, and 3 in my case. But, you know, you can customize this to your liking and you may add as many buttons as you'd like. Okay, so let's just start. I have everything coded out, of course, in the content view, but today I'm going to show it to you inside the main view. So let's just replace the content view to the main view. Now, if you build and run, we're just going to see a simple hello world. Let's just see that. There we go. It's just hello world. So let's jump into the hello world view and start typing out all of the logic for this and how it's just built out. So first of all, we need to understand how this is, well, you know, I just switched it, but how is it built out? Well, we have multiple layers on top of each other. So we have first the actual content that we want to show, and we want to switch between those contents, you know, the home view, the profile view, settings view. And then we have a new layer on top of it. It's kind of like a black with opacity, so we can actually see that, okay, we just have something on the screen on top of it. And the frontmost layer is the actual slide-in view. So let's just have that ZStack over here, ZStack. And we're going to put these 3 layers over here. So first layer is the navigation stack. So navigation stack, there we go. Okay, we want the navigation stack because we are going to add that button as a toolbar item. So in the navigation stack, we're going to have a group so we can nest those 3, and you know, just another one with an empty view as a default value. So those 3 views. And for those 3 views, we need to know which one should be the selected one. So what I'm going to do is just add a state variable. So at state private var, and that is going to be selected action index. I'm calling it selected action index because I just use the action index as the property in the slide-in menu, but you could just call it anything that you want. And by default, let's just set it to 0. So we're going to go with whatever we add into the group for the switch statement on the 0. So let's do that. Switch and select the action index, case 0, and we're going to add in the home view. Again, this is a predefined view that I have set up previously. Case 1, that is our profile view. Case 2, that is the settings view. And then we want to have a default value because, you know, this is an int value. It could be anything, any other number. So we are going to add in here the empty view, or you could just add in maybe an exclamation mark or whatever you'd like right away. This basically shouldn't happen at all. Okay, so that's our navigation stack. Let's add our toolbar. So onto the navigation stack, we are going to add a toolbar, and we're going to choose the one with the content and then a toolbar item with a placement of top bar leading. That's the one. And then the content will actually be a button with an action and role. I prefer the one with the action and role. Let's take care of the label. That should be an image of system names, and hopefully I just typed this out correctly, line.free.horizontal. Basically those three horizontal lines. And then on the action of the button, we want to do the slide in of that view, the slide in view menu. We want to do that with an animation. So we're going to start off with animation, and I'm just going to use the one with the animation property because I want to set some properties on that animation, and that is spring with a damping blend. Let's just see. I'm just going to type this out. It's a little bit easier. So spring with a response of 0.4 and then a damping fraction of 0.8, if I remember that correctly. Yeah, basically these are kind of magic numbers, but you get the idea. And then you want to hit return on that part, and here comes the code. Now, what do we want to do when we tap on the button? Well, we want to show that menu, and that can be triggered by having, let's say, another state variable at state private var show menu. And that would be, of course, a Boolean, and by default, it's a false one. So we are going to say show menu dot toggle. That's perfectly fine. So now we are going to toggle the menu. Also, what we want to do is disable the whole navigation stack when the menu is presented. So no other buttons would be able to be pressed. So we're going to say disabled, and we are going to say show when the show menu is true. Okay, so that's that. That is our navigation stack. We should be able to show the menu, but currently we're just toggling the menu. Well, how do we add that slide in menu bar? So first of all, let's take care of the dimmed background, and that will be actually shown without any animation on top of this navigation stack. Remember, this is a ZStack, so we can easily add this on top, and that is going to be shown if show menu, only in that case, so there is no else statement over here. If we want to show the menu, we're going to have a color dot black with an opacity of 0.2, for example, and we are going to make it stretch all the way out, so we just add ignores safe area. And also, whenever we tap on that background, we want to move the menu outside, so we just set show menu to false. So on tab gesture, want to say show menu equals false, and let's just add in here with animation with a spring. Default spring will be just fine. Oh, and let me just type this out manually. I want to have an open parentheses and a closing parentheses for the show menu. Okay, so let's just check it out, because now we already have something to look at in the simulator. So whenever we are going to tap on the, let's just see, toolbar, the toolbar should be inside the navigation stack. That's why we can't see it. So let's just move these lines over there. So I just hit Option Command and close brackets, just so you know. That's how I just moved this chunk of code up. Okay, now we can see the toolbar, and yeah, we just tapped on it. Just you see this dimmed background. Tap on it again. It's just going to disable this, which is really fine. Now it's time for the real fun part. We want to add in the slide menu view. That's how it's called. Let's just go into the helper SideMenuView, and we want to actually push it all the way to the top leading part of our view. So we're going to do that with some stacks and some spacers. So first of all, we want a horizontal stack and add a spacer. So whatever we put over here will be pushed all the way to the side, to the leading part. And also we want to add a vertical stack and another spacer. There we go. So we're just going to push everything up. Okay, so let me just put it over here. So now here is the place where we are going to add the side in menu. So side menu view. And we are going to get back an action index. So action index. And according to the action index, we're going to do some stuff. Basically, if the action, so if action index, come on, action index equals 3, so it's the logout, then we are going to currently just print it out. So log out. Otherwise, we want to switch the selected action index. So selected action index equals the action index, just like that. Okay, and also we want to slide the menu back. So, and I suggest we should just do it before we do any action steps. So again, with animation, with a spring animation, and we are going to say show menu equals false. The same thing what we did when we tapped on the background. Okay, let's see it right now. Let's see how this looks like, because we are really close. We still need a little bit of, here is our menu currently. We have this divider, and it's not doing anything because it's actually not sliding anything in, but it's on top. We can already see that this is put on the ZStack as the frontmost element. Now we need to add a few view modifiers to this side menu view. So it's just going to be put on the side and all of that stuff. So first of all, as you saw already, it's just really not, that wide. And we can see that because of this divider. We want to make it really scale, just a width of 70. So let's have a frame of width and then 70. Okay, and let's just add, let's just see how this looks like. We should just not see that divider all the way outside. So there we go. You see, this is the small divider. We're getting there. Let's just add a padding so it's not all the way to the side. So dot padding, and let's just have dot leading only and 10. Let's build and run and see how that looks like. Really nice. I believe here it will be just fine. And then we want to add the offset. So offset, this is basically where the magic happens. So offset on the X value. So we want to have an offset of 0 if we do show the menu, and we want to have a negative something. 70 here is suggested, but I figured that 110 is much better. So let's see it right now. So now it's just going to slide in on to the screen and off screen when we are tapping right over here. So you see, and then we tap on the background. There we go. It's really nice. But still, it's not that good looking. We want to add, first of all, let's add a little bit of shadow. We can do that after the offset. So shadow with a radius of 5. And also I want to make the transition a little bit smoother. So we're going to add a transition dot move from the edge of dot leading. Okay. And finally, so now we have the shadow and transition, it's fine, but still not that capsule. And if you were paying a close attention at the beginning of the video, you saw that it has this nice, really liquid gloss effect. So what we want to do is just add the gloss effect on, well, actually, we want to move all of this onto the vertical stack. So Let me just move this down again. Option, Command, and open closing brackets all the way down to the vertical stack. And then we want to add the gloss effect only on the side menu view, because if we just add it on the whole vertical stack, then we just have that long gloss effect, including the spacer. We want only on the menu. So there we go. Really nice. If we just click on the menu buttons, we're just going to switch between them. It's really, really nice. And if we tapped on the home, the door button, it's just going to print out logout, as you can see right over here at the bottom. Okay, so hopefully you can just see that. Let me just move that up. There we go. So that is the slide in view that I have created, the slide in menu. I really think that this is awesome. It looks really nice with the new gloss effect design. And I will see you in the next one.